welcome to the Rehoboth Business Association's, I guess I'll call it the annual candidates night. I'm not sure how annual we'll do this, but it's going along good. So now we're going to have up on the rostrum Michael Costello and David Perry, two candidates for Board of Selectmen, and you're actually running for two open seats. There's a third candidate who's not here tonight. So we'll understand if you guys are very cordial with one another. But we're gonna hopefully give you some questions to antagonize you. That's our hope anyway. So at least make you think. So we'll each give you, as we did before, an opening statement. Why don't we start with you, Mike? What are we, 2 minutes? 2 or 3 minutes, opening statement, and then we'll go on to you, Mr. Perry.
Thank you. I'd like to thank the RBA for inviting me tonight and thank them for putting this on every year. It's a good way for people out there to get to know their candidate and what their candidate stands for. I'm running again for, I don't know why, my wife asked me why, but I've been your selectman for the last 3 years. In 2011, I was elected. When I took office, our town was in not that great a shape. We had a police department with the lowest morale in many years. We had a public access channel that was using their agenda with their cameras. We also had 5 unions without a contract. And we had many lawsuits. So there was a lot of work to do. My first year in office, there was a lot of things to do in cleaning up the mess that was or the work that was not done. After my first year, there was a new bylaw that let us get a total of 5 members. We have 5 members now. With those 5 members, we are now able to say that we have a police department with the highest morale in many years. We have all our unions with a running contract. We have a public access who does nothing but deliver the quality of shows that should be seen by our public. We also have a budget that is running in the black. So I think they've all done a great job. And there's a lot more to do. And that's why I want to run again, because I want to be part of that team to make sure that our town is put forward in the future. Thank you.
All right, I'm Dave Perry. I've been in public, well, first of all, I'd like to thank the RBA for having this too, so this can get out to the people. Was it 2 or 3 years ago, I was up here and I was running for a stormwater officer. And I thank the RBA for letting me expose myself to the town of Rehoboth. And that has followed me through town for the last 2 years. I can't go have any function without that coming up. So this is a simple thank you for having this function. I've been in public service in 2 different towns for the past 24 years, whether it's conservation, park department, stormwater officer. I enjoy public service. I enjoy working with people. I've been on both sides of a lot of issues, or more than one side. I'm a business owner. I've been an applicant for stuff. I've given out permits for people. I understand their frustration sometimes when it comes to the process. I like to communicate with people. I like to simplify the process, and I feel it's our job to help people through the process. Government shouldn't be here to hinder us, it should be here to help us. And as a public servant, I want to work for the people to help them through this process. I came to this town 6 years ago when the turmoil was just ending. I really didn't want to jump into the fire then, but I did eventually jump in. And one reason is, and I'm going to thank Mr. Cute for this, is I went to my first town meeting. I saw how it was run, and I saw how a town operated. And that's when I decided I want to be part of this. And you just feel so much more connection. So it's not my talent. And you asked the other people why they like Rehoboth, and I have many of the same reasons. It's my town. I wasn't born here. My great-great-grandparents were. Maybe I'm coming back to my roots, I don't know. I want to get an involvement. I want to see this town go forward. It's very civil now, but there's a future coming up. Rehoboth has to prepare for the future. I want to work with the other selectmen with their vision of this. So we got to plan for the future, but Rehoboth has a great tradition, and I want to keep the character of the town and the traditions of the town in the forefront, but we can't forget there's a future to plan for. So, thank you.
And I just want to remind everyone, I think this is going to be up on YouTube, right, or wherever else we can post it, right? So before the election, you'll have a chance to review our meeting tonight and make up your decision as to who you're going to vote for. So the first question is for you, Mike. I know this came up before, and we've already asked it with the prior panel. Do you support the idea that the town needs a new town hall? And with respect to the last vote that was taken on this issue by the town, do you think a new direction needs to be explored for that, or do you think that same idea should be expanded on? How do you think, what's the end game to getting us a town hall? What do you think needs to be done to get the votes that are needed and the money that's needed to have that done?
Well, first of all, we have a town hall that it was a military facility. In fact, there's silos that are buried out in the parking lot. Some new people that are in town don't realize that. We have asbestos in the building. We have water that cannot be drank. So we definitely need a new town hall. A while back, the selectmen had located a building that was suitable for a town hall right next to our police and fire station. We looked into the building, and to buy that building, we had an architect come in, do some renditions and some estimates on rehab in that building for move-in condition. We had a complete figure of purchasing the town hall, and with the remodeling of $1.8 million, we were going to put it out there. We put it out there for an article. There were some flyers that were sent around before, before the town meeting, before the vote was done, and it was misleading. And I think what we need to do next time is educate our voters a lot better, so that they realize what it's going to cost them and how the funds are going to be raised. The other thing is I would still go in the same direction. That building's still up for sale. It's a perfect location. It's a central location. Our town hall now is in our northeastern corner of the town, and it's sometimes hard for people to get there because they can't find it. And others tell us that it's a good thing that it's there because it's hiding in the woods. Because our town hall is so bad. So I definitely think that we should go in that direction and pursue the same building that we had pursued last time.
This is a real easy question for me. I agree with Mike. Mike spearheaded that research of that building, did a lot of the work. So I'm not going to reiterate everything he said. What he said is just right on money. Anybody that's been to the town hall, that town hall was built when the Russians were coming. Right? We've determined they're not coming, and the building has just not been rehab built or improved since.
Oh, they may be coming again.
Well, they might, but they're not going for that. They're not going for that town hall.
Crimea,
okay.
Rehoboth.
Okay. I've been in the building that Mike's talking about that we all know about. If the Russians were coming again, I would go for that building. It's a tremendous building. Now, I ran across a businesswoman the other day when I was putting my signs out, and I asked her if I could put a sign up on her property. And I got the hesitance because it was a business, and businesses are reluctant. But she did let me put one out. But you're not one of those people that want a new town hall, are you? And I said, well, yeah, actually I am. And she does business in town. Has she ever been to the town hall? She says, yes. I said, what do you think of it? And she agreed it was in disrepair, it was horrible. And I said, look, let's face facts. It's not gonna get any better. And it's a fact that we're gonna have to have a town hall someday. It's inevitable, right? It's not gonna improve itself. The cost of rehabbing that and fixing it is probably more than what this new town hall would have cost. And the location is just not adequate. So you gotta bite the bullet, gotta face facts. Sooner or later, you have to have a town hall. The one that we were looking at is perfect, site-wise, structure-wise. And I don't really wanna have an architect come in and design an architectural monument to themselves at the cost that it will be at an inflated price. So I think we need a town hall. And well, by the way, in the end, she admitted, she said, you are right. People just don't want to spend the money, but eventually you've got to put a roof on your house. Eventually you've got to buy new equipment. You've got to improve. You just can't stand still. These are just facts, and we have to address it. The effort Mike put into it was right. It's the right location. So even if that's not the right location, we are going to need a new town hall. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Okay.